They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for the touchdown. Takedown. 61 yards.
And the Armadillos strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Real. Set. Up, close it. What's that?
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
14, Jets 13.
Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Mayfield to throw it.
This one finds Wilson downfield.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Now Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Charbonnet is into the end zone for a Jets touchdown. Robert Saleh, one to take chances. His guys will go for 2 here.
Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And that is caught for the 2 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
at their own 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mahomes now to throw. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. The slot man in motion right. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier to shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete to Dell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Throwing now is Mahomes. Touchdown! Isaiah Pacheco. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Armadillos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent.
And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Easy. Hey, red way.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Butker's kick here is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21.
So golden field position there is squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Mahomes going to throw.
Got his man, Dell.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
11 yards on the pickup there. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Michael Dixon is set to kick off.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Mahomes takes it himself and to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead he said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. And what a big-time play there. 54 yards on the ground.
43. Hey, Sunday.
Pacheco is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Armadillos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like... And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Leo Chanel.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
To the right side and caught by Dell.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure this.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. That one will send him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Throwing on second and long. Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Jermaine Johnson
Drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
Davis fighting. He loses the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
He'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Tank Dell, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Armadillos continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Mahomes will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Mayfield looks to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
They'll run here with Pacheco.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Armadillos get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
King.
Mayfield.
He finds Wilson.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Hey, alert 33. Regular. Point it right.
Mayfield now.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A 3-yard touchdown pass.
And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Power. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football Craddock one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead.
Gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's second and 10. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's Mayfield.
Flush to his right. And, oh, my goodness, here's a fifth interception.
It's Sidney Brown with it.
And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
A give right side for Pacheco.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Over the middle, it's complete. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Mahomes going to go on 4th down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here's Pacheco.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Once more, it's Pacheco.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Isaiah Pacheco.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Armadillos up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And a completion to Wilson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now a stoppage here. We'll get another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Mayfield to throw it. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The Jets will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, CD, this is the ideal situation, the 4th quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.